If you just bolted on a single new brake caliper and your steering wheel jerks toward that side the second you touch the pedal, do not take the part back. The new caliper is not defective. It is not seizing. It is working perfectly. The problem is the old caliper you left on the other side of the car. It is too slow to keep up. You are feeling the difference in reaction time between a factory-fresh component and a worn-out one. Here is the mechanical reason why this happens. Inside every caliper bore, there is a square-cut rubber seal surrounding the piston. This seal does more than just hold the fluid in. It acts as a mechanical return spring. When you brake, the seal distorts to let the piston slide out. When you release the pedal, the rubber snaps back to its original shape, pulling the piston away from the rotor to clear the drag. On your new caliper, that rubber is soft and pliable. It reacts instantly to hydraulic pressure. On the old caliper, the seal has baked near a hot rotor for years. It has hardened like old plastic and lost its memory. When pressure hits the system, the old seal fights the movement. It takes a split second longer to flex. During that lag, the new side is already braking at maximum force, while the old side is still thinking about it. That momentary imbalance grabs one tire and yanks the steering wheel. You must also look at the flexible brake hose connecting the hard line to the caliper. Rubber hoses have a safe service life of about 6 years. Brake fluid naturally attracts water, which rots the internal braided mesh of the hose from the inside out. Even if the outer rubber looks black and shiny, the internal structure is often compromised. When you send up to 2,000 pounds of pressure down the line, a weak hose swells outward like a balloon. This expansion absorbs the hydraulic energy meant for the piston. If you kept the old hose on the old side, you are fighting physics. The fluid takes the path of least resistance, flowing to the stiff new hose on the new side first. The fix is not to bleed the brakes again. Air bubbles make the pedal soft. They do not typically cause a hard directional pull. You must replace the opposing caliper to match the new one. Mechanics replace calipers in axle pairs to ensure the friction level and release timing are identical on the left and right wheels. When you install the matching unit, focus on the caliper bracket. Rust accumulation is the silent killer of brake jobs. Oxidation builds up on the cast iron bracket underneath the stainless steel hardware clips. This is called rust jacking. It squeezes the ears of the brake pads so they cannot slide back and forth. Even with a new caliper, if the pads are wedged tight, the brakes will not engage effectively. Take a wire brush or a flat file and remove every speck of scale from the bracket slots until you see bare, bright metal. The pads should slide in with the pressure of just one finger. Next, treat the slide pins. These metal bolts allow the caliper to float. If they are dry, the caliper binds. Clean them thoroughly and apply a high-temperature silicone ceramic brake lubricant. Do not reach for the tub of general-purpose chassis grease or petroleum-based jelly. Petroleum causes the rubber dust boots to swell up. Swollen rubber creates a vacuum lock on the pins, freezing the caliper in place and putting you right back where you started. Ignoring this pull is dangerous. Beyond the risk of diving across lanes in a panic stop, the imbalance destroys your investment. The new side does all the braking, taking on double the heat load. This glazes the new pads and warps the new rotor, often within a few thousand miles. You will end up doing the entire job again for double the cost. Inspect your slide pins and balance the system with a second caliper.